Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV. We can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Speed and Strength SS1200 helmet, available at RevZilla.com. This is the new SS1200 from Speed and Strength. My God, they have a broad helmet line. But the SS1200, sub $150, the iteration on the 1100, and they made a handful of key changes that, in my estimation, take this helmet and bring it a leap forward. So the first thing you're going to notice, and again, this is the We the Fast graphic coming in 4 colors. I actually like it, a bit of a mercenary feel here to go along with some of the other launch graphics, but it's still Polycarb, DOT. Now it's ECE rated, but what I do like about it is the shell got a lot more aggressive. So much more aggressive helmet, definitely catering to that sport-oriented crowd. What they've also done is they've changed the vent scheme. You're going to see it right away. Much easier to find and used with a gloved hand. So again, better ventilation, bigger vents, and easier operability with that gloved hand. Cool core liner now, which is a nice step forward. Also getting a fog-free shield, which is a nice upgrade. And again, you're still coming in around that $130 mark, so lots and lots of bang for the buck here. And the other big change is you're going to have speaker cutouts, because a lot of guys that are either sport commuting or sport riding like to have their Bluetooth system connected. They're going to buy a third party, you're going to need to install those speakers. So again, nice upgrades as they take a helmet that started with the 1100, and now they've just made it more aggressive and more functional. Quick note on sizing. Intermediate oval into head shape. It would fit me just fine. It's going to be a little bit longer front to back, which fits the American market in most cases, unless you're really, really round or you're really, really narrow. And if you're one of those two outlier cases, you're going to know it. So what I would say is intermediate oval should fit most people. And if you're concerned, remember, it's over $39. We're going to ship for free. And what I really love is I kind of walk through, I'm going to walk through some of the nuances now. Click our logo, RevZilla TV, right up there. Subscribe to us. Leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback, ask your questions, but let me know what you think of this 1200 and stay up to date with all our gear reviews constantly rolling out. Now diving in, remember it's Polycarb. Polycarb is one of the more basic materials they construct helmets with, but I will say that it's lightweight. So 3 pounds, 5 ounces for a Polycarb helmet, that's carrying an ECE rating. That's actually a nice touch. It's going to be under 3.5 pounds, and in my book, that's pretty light. We look at the rest of the outer shell. We talked about the integrated spoiler, which have venturi vents in the back. You're going to have 2 big vents in the front that are going to channel air through the helmet and out through the back. Again, giving you solid ventilation. And if we move into the front, right along the chin, you're going to have your basic chin vent. Now, when we talk about, I'm going to call out one of the things that I'm not the biggest fan of. While they do have detents on the shield mechanism, the shield mechanism, you know, it's not that over-the-top, really precise shield mechanism that you see on $300, $400, $500 helmets. But again, you're sub $200. It's okay. You're going to have to make some trade-offs. I will say this, the shield change mechanism, which is right here, if this pops off, not the easiest to use ever. But again, a lot of times guys that are buying one of these helmets, it's their second helmet or they're banging it around every day. Not that big of a deal. Buy a smoke shield. You're going to be able to change it. Not the end of the world here. But if I was going to go and improve it, that might be one of the areas where I invested. And I might beef up the gasket around the eye port as well. It's going to give you a little bit of a better seal at speed with head checks and from Mother Nature. But again, that's just my opinion. Now, if we rotate the helmet around, you get a quick shot of the back here. Notice you have little exhaust, little venturi winglets down here along the bottom. You have your 2 vents along the top. Again, evacuating air that's going to be warm and moist from the helmet. But you're going to notice that in the tuck, in the 3/4 position, DOT, ECE, it should do a rock solid job. And while we're on it, this is definitely a mercenary feel, definitely military inspired. You have these blood splatters and a bit of decay going on. Almost looks like digital camo, but to me, I guess I'm going to work a One-Eyed Willie reference in here, right out of Goonies from the 80s, because you know I'm a child of the 80s. I like where they were going. Skulls, wings. It works for everybody. Now we move into the guts of the We the Fast graphic here on our 1200. One of the things I'm going to call out right away is they're showing micrometric here. And again, we first saw this and we said, nah, not sure we want to go that direction. What do you guys think? They said we're going to iterate. It's now going to be double D-ring, which is nice. So I have my production sample here. This should change when it hits the market just after Jan 1 of 15. If we work our way into the helmet, remember, it's going to be a cool core lining now, which is one of the big upgrades over the 1100. So removable chin curtain. I have my cool core lining, and that's going to be giving me the ability to be comfortable because it's nicer material against your skin. It's going to be wicking. It's going to be antimicrobial. And notice how it's a mixture of materials, nice contour along the face, and they've kind of worked in their neck roll as well as their cheek pad with one item. Moving to my other side here, I'm going to pull it out, then we're going to pull out the main guts of the helmet. Here's my left side cheek pad. Again, there's those big cutaways for the speaker, so whether you're over top of the pad or behind the pad, again, you have the flexibility there. Depending on the manufacturer of Bluetooth unit, some of the thickness of those speakers can vary in their width, and you need a little bit of room to work with. Now, if I come into my main Comfort liner here, 2 snaps along the occipital ridge, right there along the back of the helmet, right? 1, 2, that pops right out. And if we move to the front, one of the things that I actually like, it might make it a little bit harder for me to get it out, but they optimized for lack of pressure points. So what you're gonna see is that there are 3 snaps along the brow that aren't actually in the helmet or in the liner itself. They're along the front, so you have no forehead pressure points. And if we notice, mixture of materials, 3D in their construction, good channels for air ventilation, and again, you're getting that cool core liner, which is going to be a nice upgrade over the previous 1100 version. Pulling out our guts, my gripe with the interior on this bad boy is that I wish it had bigger channels and grooves to help circulate that air throughout the helmet. But again, you're looking at a sub $150 helmet. So you make some trade-offs there. And again, that's gonna be something that you're gonna have to look to invest. You wanna invest $150, $180, or go to that $200 mark to start to get more of those features. Now, if we look into the ear pockets, you're gonna see right there, there's my speaker cutaway. That's a nice touch. That flexibility gives you the ability to put on an external Bluetooth unit. Overall, again, bang for the buck factor. The graphics are getting better. It's a much more aggressive shell shape. From here, you go into the 1400, which is going to be Snell rated, or you go into that 1600, which is a round shape, but is a really, really aggressive outer shell. Done a good job from Speed and Strength, but the next step in your journey is to click right here, read other rider reviews at RevZilla.com of the SS1200. You don't have to take my word for it, but I'm hopefully giving you a good starting point. As always, we'll ship for free over 39 bucks. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV, our YouTube channel. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.